Wow, that is such a queen. A friend of the house, Yemi Alade there. And they're probably wondering, what's all that about? Well, that's what we're here to find out. And to do that justice, we have with us Dr. Adediran. He's going to be talking about the ongoing campaign for something called Time of the Month, apparently a PSI initiative. Talk to us a little bit about this. Welcome, Dr. Adediran.
Thank you very much for having me, and good morning, Nigerians.
Good morning. Now, okay, so I see Yemi Alade. I'm automatically intrigued. You've caught my eye. I hear her sing. You've definitely got my attention. Talk to us about what this campaign is talking about.
All right, thank you very much. First of all, let me pick up from there. A very big shout out to Yemi Alade for agreeing to join us on this journey to improve the menstrual health and hygiene of Nigerian women with a special focus on adolescent girls and young women, which of course informed our choice of platform and of course the choice of the celebrity to put a voice to the campaign for improved menstrual health and understanding and appreciating the fact that menstrual health is not a problem, it's not a taboo, it's not it's no wahala, because the title of our project is actually MH Now. Two things: menstrual health now, which signifies the urgency of menstrual health conversations in Nigeria, and then menstrual health no wahala, which means that we're trying to demystify all and solve as much as possible the problems, that perceived problems associated with menstrual health, and giving words to everybody that, okay, whether you're menstruating or you have someone menstruating around you, you should be able to lend a hand to support them through that period, no matter what the time of the month.
Okay, so I'm going to pause you here because you can understand the ironic nature of the conversation. One would have thought that Dr. Adediran would be a woman speaking so passionately about this particular topic. So I know there is a backstory to why you decided to get or begin this campaign. And of course, you are the programs manager for PSI, senior programs
Yes,
manager?
senior program manager.
All right, fantastic. So tell us the story behind how it started.
Okay, so PSI, to start with, is an international organization over 50 years now. And we particularly target, we solve problems through measured results. We do the unthinkables. We implement in different countries, 46 countries in the world, including Nigeria. And of course, the idea came up to begin to amplify and prioritize conversations around menstrual health in Nigeria. Because for me, my personal experience is that I have been in the reproductive health space for quite a while, and I have been a member of the National Reproductive Health Technical Working Group for almost a decade. Okay. And I know that when we have conversations, sexual and reproductive health, we usually just have a line on menstrual health. Yeah. So we don't have a policy as a country on menstrual health. We don't have a training curriculum. We don't have a set of documentation guiding all these conversations. So when the opportunity came, I was eager to join the conversation because for me, it's an opportunity to remedy the situation, and it just felt comfortable. Most importantly, I like to joke that I don't feel uncomfortable discussing menstrual health because of about 30 lecturers who taught me obstetrics and gynecology, which is the aspect of medicine that has to do with women. Only 2 of them were women, so which means that I'm used
only
to.
2 of them were women.
Yes, only 2 of them were women.
And that in itself, don't we think that is a bit of a challenge?
Well, except if we're going to initiate
if we want to go into that direction.
For me, in May, it's actually, for me, I see it as a double-edged sword, because a lot of times I've also found a lot of women who find it comfortable speaking to a person of another gender about their menstrual health, about their reproductive health or ups and gynae challenges. Sure. Maybe because they don't want to be judged, especially because some of them may not be as smooth, plain as possible. Okay. And a lot of time, which is one of the things we're trying to address, when we talk about menstrual health and reproductive health, people should need to understand that people live different experiences. So the fact that you wouldn't feel this way does not mean that every other person doesn't feel that way. So, for instance, if you watch the clip and the short film related to it, you would see that we have it in like three storylines there. First, addressing a young girl who's just beginning to menstruate, and the cultural challenges, the expectations, the parental influence that needs to be addressed and set straight. The second is around a couple and some taboos, some myths that are associated. And in all of these, we see a turnaround. So from the girl, the father now decided that, okay, it's not time for you to marry. It's not, I mean, menstruating is not a signal for you to just go to your husband's house. There's a lot more that you need to achieve, that you can achieve, that you can do. Then for the couple as well, the husband eventually became supportive, and then we have in the office, and that's where I find really interesting. And another big shout out to Leko Rose, Femi Branch, Mike Ezoriye, Aisha Lawal, JJC for being on that event, of course, Miriam Booth and Daddy Hikma. The reason is that it showed a typical experience a lot of women live when they are going through their menstrual period, especially
at work.
At work, and they have pains or some other associated challenges. And how everyone needed to support them, and how sometimes, like I mentioned, that stigma, that pressure, that lack of understanding may even come from someone you would least expect. You expect another woman to be understanding and more supportive. But what we see is that people are usually judgmental. You're not the first to menstruate. I've been menstruating for how many years? Get up and do this job. And
but in the end, every experience is different.
It's different, that's it.
Yeah. Every woman goes through it differently, starts it differently, ends it differently, has a different experience. And you can't really relate until you know what that person is going through.
Absolutely.
But I have to really commend you for going as far as putting together this entire campaign. But I feel like before you put a campaign like this together, you have a target. What is the end game? What is the major objective here? What are you hoping to achieve?
All right, thank you very much. So I was smiling because I love to get to this part. And I found it really intriguing and inspiring when we got to the set of the music video, and the first question Yemi asked was, I hope beyond this campaign, there are other efforts to get the products available and all of that. And I'm like, oh, that's smart, because the campaign, it's at best, you know, to garnish the big projects. The big projects is that we want to enhance the menstrual health and hygiene of every Nigerian women. Focusing on adolescent girls and young women. And it sits on a tripod. The first is that we want to make sanitary products, menstrual health products, available, affordable, accessible to every Nigerian woman, no matter where they are. The second leg of the tripod is that we want to have comprehensive menstrual health information and education available. What we've had so far are just narrations, people sharing what they think menstrual health should look like, what they think a woman should do or not do, and all of that. And then the third is that we want to provide an enabling environment, policies, and all of that. So
for the workspace.
For the workspace. So in that way, that's where the campaign comes in, to garnish everything that we're doing towards enhancing the menstrual health and hygiene of Nigerian women.
I have to appreciate you, Doctor, for coming to talk to us about this and putting this amazing looking video and short film together. We'll definitely be looking out for it and watching the progress of the campaign. At this point, I have to say thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
It's never too early or never too late to start righting some wrongs out there. And yes, Dr. Adediran and his team are doing that really, really well. I'll be checking out PSI online as well to find out more about some of their initiatives. Okay then, everyone, let's take a quick break. We'll be back after this.